Telling any kind of eulogy is never a fun thing on the outset, be it at a funeral or even here on the internet where there's no audience and you can kind of just have your go of the matter and not worry about how things come out, because no one's gonna give you a dirty look if you say the wrong thing. Especially if you're doing it when there's people upstairs making all kinds of noise. It's part of the experience, but it's never fun. The internet's strange because it's been around, for a while, but the social side of it is still, to me, fairly young, and I think it's still acquiring a familiarity with the concept of death, because a lot of the people that you get to know on the internet, you might meet them face to face sometimes, but they have this nature of feeling like an object that will always be there, in a way, because you tend to know them at their best and at their worst through a monitor and a set of speakers, as images and audio and pictures and text. So the idea that that amalgamation of seemingly immortal things could one day simply expire is very strange, I think, to a lot of people still. It's very strange, especially when the stuff that somebody wrote or made or recorded or vlogged is all still sitting right there as though they never left, as though they just are waiting to log in one more time. And that's why it's always a bummer when we lose somebody, and this video is happening because we have lost a very, very good man named Mike, or as I knew him, Rimfyre with a Y on fire. I never quite understood that. It seemed kind of like a tribal tattoo sort of thing, like funky spelling. I only say this because Mike was the kind of awesome dude who could roll with any kind of punch and come out of it smiling and smacking you right back. He's one of the nicest, awesomest people I ever met. Didn't have one bone of negativity in his body, and he could roll with a lot of stuff. You could meet him at Botcon. I met him twice, actually, at two Botcons, 2010 and 2011. And he was there till 4 a.m. at 2010, chilling out with a bunch of us in the bar. I think it was him, me, I know Eros, one was there, Dr. Prime. These are all internet pseudonyms that we used if this is being watched sometime later. Because part of the reason why this video is happening is also for the sake of those left behind, specifically Mike's daughter. She's currently less than a year old, and this idea was not mine at all. This is something that I heard Alex, Jazz Santi is his internet pseudonym. He mentioned it on Twitter, that putting together some videos explaining how awesome a person Mike, Mr. Rimfyre, was, would be great for when his daughter grows up and might want to hear about her dad that she never really got to know. So that's what I'm going to do now. First off, hello, little Rimfyre Jr. I'm sure that you're growing up to be a tall, strong young woman, at least if you're anything like your dad, because, wherever he is, he's looking down on us and smiling, I'm sure, and I say that because he was really, really tall, about 20 feet tall and about 18 feet wide at the shoulders. Dude was like a Goliath on a brick wall, with the heart of a teddy bear. He was a wonderful person and incredibly intimidating. So hopefully you've taken some of those traits on for yourself, because it'll get you through life super easy. Not just being tall and intimidating, because, I mean, those are great genetic traits, but also being like your dad was. Smiling and saying hi to everyone that introduced themselves to you, or everyone that you just happen to see in a social setting. Seeing the best in people and looking on the bright side of life. Or, in your dad's case, he even, having watched some of his videos that filled out the end of his run on YouTube, even looking on the bright side of what could be an impending death. You should take to heart the messages that he spreads in some of those videos. And above all else, just look back on what everyone else is saying about him, because there's only so much I can say. I only had the pleasure of meeting him twice, and I did not keep up with him online nearly as much as some other folks who have done a much better job of this than I have. But I wish I'd kept up with him more. That's just my nature. I'm really bad at maintaining contact. I've got buddies who I sometimes don't talk to for 6 months at a time. It's quite silly. But anyway, your dad was a wonderful, kind person who left a lot of friends behind, and I'm sure a lot of them, unless the world has irrevocably changed, may still be a part of your life in some way, having kept up with your family. A lot of Mike's friends were close enough to be family friends, I think, and like a lot of the folks who gave us word of his unfortunate passing. So, you've got a lot of people who are looking out for you, and a lot of people are going to tell you how great your dad was. And hopefully in the future, some of this will still make sense. Like, I don't even know what the internet's like. I mean, you're probably watching this, what? You're 1 year old in 2013? I mean, it's 2012 right now. Alright, you're going to laugh at this. We all think the world's going to end in, like, 2 months. I mean, like, that's already, you're laughing at us already, these primitive cavemen people. Oh no, the sky is gonna fall down in December 2012. You're laughing at that. Mike was laughing his head off at that, I'm sure. And he would be if he were there with you right now. But yeah, I don't know how the future turned out. I mean, your dad probably has a YouTube channel still kicking around. You should check it out if YouTube still exists in, this is probably like, the late 20 teens or early 2020s. Number one, if this is the year 2020, that's a badass year name. But I don't know how the internet still. Do you even have an internet still? I mean, like, are you just like doing stuff with like prisms and crystals and beams of light? Like, as far as we know, the year 2020 is gonna be full of flying cars and touchscreens, and everything's gonna kind of be tinted a cold blue. So I don't know. Let me know how that turned out if you can get in contact with me when you see this, because I want to know what the future's like. I might not be aware of it. I might be shut up in this little hole I'm living in here, making toy reviews to this day. Another thing about your dad, he was a big-time toy nerd. That's how we got to know him. We were all making videos and content about things like this. So I'm not sure what kind of interests you have, but you know, you should be secure in the knowledge that your dad was a pretty nerdy dude who was built like a brick truck and had a wonderful personality. Those are all the kinds of things that you should look for in acquaintances and friends. What else can I say? You've seen probably a whole lot of stuff saying that your dad was great, so hopefully the format of this video still works for you in the far-flung future where you're watching this, Rimfyre Jr. I'm only calling you that because I find it kind of endearing, and like I said, you know, your dad was a fun guy, and I hope that could have been passed on to you more directly. But you know, I'm gonna move back to the present now for a second. So future Rimfyre Jr., have a good time, and you know, whatever birthday you're having right now, if you're in your teens or something, or maybe you waited until your 20s to watch this. I don't know. Maybe this stuff, maybe you're watching this on like holographic crystals now. We're all happy that we can watch things in 1080p right now in the year 2012. That's exciting to us. Like, we've got like portable microphones, whereas you're probably recording things to like liquid hard drives and like, I don't know. I'm jealous, man. You get to be a teenager in the future. I had to be a teenager in like 99. Everyone's like, oh no, the world's gonna shut down. The year 2000 is gonna make all the computers turn off. That was a dumb new year. Let me tell you something. Don't let the world turn out like that. Thinking like, oh no, the world's gonna end constantly. Because, I mean, it's fun the first few times, but man, this 2012 thing, it's no good. Anyway, I'm gonna come back to Mike for a second. If you're out there somewhere metaphysically checking this out while you're floating through the cosmos, I'm sure you're making tons of friends, because that's your nature. And I'm sure you're probably like somewhere out by the rim of Pluto, or whatever we call it. We renamed Pluto, didn't we? I can't remember anymore. Maybe in the future, Rimfyre Jr., you can confirm for this for me. They've renamed it to something else, or they found other planets, who knows. But somewhere out there, I'm sure, the will and essence of Mr. Michael Taylor is still having a good time, because that's the kind of person he was. He's one of those willpowers that you just can't quite imagine it shutting itself off. And I know he was a very devout man of God. I'm not. But he was, so I know he found some comfort in that in his final couple months, and I find some comfort in the idea that I don't think a will like that can just turn off. If anything, maybe he's living out centuries of watching something amazing happen in the timeless moment of the final seconds of brain activity, because you think about it, right? Who knows? Maybe that was all a dream he just had and he's waking up. Maybe we're all figments of Rimfyre's imagination. Maybe if the brain activity ends and 2012 is around the corner, then Mike Taylor was the universe. Well, he would have got a kick out of it, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to miss you, Mike, Mr. Rimfyre, as I like to call you, Papa Rimfyre. And sometime I will be sure to make you that sandwich that we talked about back in 2010. It's been fun. Your videos are still around. Mike's videos are still around. Go check out his channel. See what kind of a dude he was, and don't feel sad. Feel happy that we've got evidence of an awesome dude on YouTube. Because we can all take something awesome from it. And also try to keep fit all those videos, because if YouTube does explode, it will be a bummer. Having to explain to Rimfyre Jr. that everything we're talking about of go check your dad's videos is going to be kind of moot, because maybe, like, YouTube ceased to exist in 2018, and it's like, I don't know, maybe Google Video took over. Maybe Vimeo came up out of the fires of of development and just, like, wiped it all out. And we were all like, yo, Vimeo, why don't you let us put some of our videos up on your thing? Just transfer channels. Like, no, toy reviews? Vimeo is art. And, yeah. So, someone out there, maybe try to keep vid, a whole bunch of Mike's stuff, put it on a disc and give it to his wife and daughter. I'm not sure how tech-savvy the rest of the Taylor family is. I'm not going to make any kind of assumptions either way. But it would probably be a good idea to archive that channel to hard copy, to tie into whatever it is that is going to be given to the family. I'd do it, but I'm very unreliable. So, yeah. Don't know how to end this. But I hope that we can come out of this not feeling so much sad as feeling inspired by the man who lived and not by the event that took him from us. Because Rimfyre wouldn't want us to be sad. He'd want us to be making videos about, like, Mexican stereotypes and fast food and this car wash is so redonkulous. This car wash is so redonkulous. This car wash is so redonkulous. The video's out there, so check it out. Adios, mi amigo.
This guy is awesome. Okay, now let's switch the legs. Look at that jug. Look at that jug. This guy is awesome. Okay.